Yeah.
Alive!
We're going. They can hear us now.
Yeah, we can be heard into the recordings forevermore.
No more inappropriate jokes, guys. Come on.
Yeah, no gamer words.
Yeah.
No more jokes.
Well,
No
we can do
jokes.
jokes, just
This
not
is a
inappropriate
serious
ones.
D&D.
No.
This
The
is
most.
a serious D&D session. I
Yeah.
don't allow any jokes.
It's the one where
For
we
fun,
develop all
no
of our traumas, right?
Okay. Ugh. All right. Let's get started then.
Hit us up with a summary, cause
Last.
Go ahead.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot. I have a lot. Last session, last year, you all started on your way out to the Norchapel district in the outer city of Baldur's Gate to find the Fox Traveler's safe house. Its location disclosed to you earlier by the Hotbottom sisters. It's relatively easy to spot thanks to Gira's keen eye, and you all discuss a stakeout and scope out the area around the safe house. And as night falls, you decide to try and go in and pose as cultists seeking help and information, sending Gira, Haskell, and Alba inside. Unfortunately, after about 6 failed deception checks, Aravax, the half-elven man who seems to be running this place, catches on to you, and a fight breaks out. You all managing to knock Aravax unconscious, and Haskell murdering his poor dog. Upon searching the house, you all find a few things. You get a list of names, a note from one of the names on that list, and a spell list in like a grimoire. And alongside this, downstairs, Z, Eli, and Gira find a handful of old journals, the oldest dating back to about 5 years ago. These journals seem to indicate that activity in the cult has increased within the past year, and that perhaps the quote-unquote Black Dragon territory that they're trying to get to is past Waterdeep. Z comes to a chilling conclusion as to where that might be, and then the party regroups and splits out. Most of the party staying behind at the Fox Traveler's safe house overnight with the unconscious Airvax Fox Traveler, and Z and Eli heading back to the Rose to spend the night. And that's where we ended session. But as a reminder, since it's been a long time since we've played, and your characters would have all this still fresh in mind, just to touch on some of the most recent plans and deals you've made. You have some people keeping eyes out for you in Baldur's Gate, including Akin Celebon, the owner of Celebon's equipage services, and Ontharf Room's contact, the first person you spoke to in Baldur's Gate, agreed to let you all know if he saw any signs of cult activity, reassuring you that everyone heading north passes through his shop. And you also have the Hot Bottom sisters, the gnomes who told Gira they would send word to the Rose if they saw any suspiciously full wagons passing through their part of the outer city. On your first day here, Azamat also spoke with a member of the guard, the Flaming Fist Mercenary Company, who pointed him in the direction of the sea tower and said he could speak with their leader if he wanted to know if there had been any reports of cultists passing in and out of the city. This hasn't been followed up on, but it's still out there. Eli still has business with Nicole Black, the artificer at the High House of Wonders. There hasn't really been a specified amount of days as far as how long Black wants to keep Eli there to work on him, and Alba made some acquaintances there too. And obviously, you have Aravax Fox Traveler, who you kidnapped in his own safe house. But that is where we left off. That night, as you all split apart, I assume Gira and Alba and Galeen and Haskell did something with Aravak's body. Whether that, I assume you tied him up and put him somewhere.
I'm pretty sure we tied him up.
I thought we tied him up and then took him to
Yeah.
where we were gonna be staying,
Yeah.
like in the basement somewhere or something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So his
against you,
screams
Eli.
can't be heard.
I think we even made that joke.
Yeah, I think
No idea.
we also said something about putting a gag on him,
Yeah.
like or bind his mouth so that he can't speak in some way.
Yeah, because we know that he's a spellcaster, and I think we
Right.
were
Yep.
talking about. Yeah.
Yep.
We just break his fingers.
Just remove his tongue easy.
I mean, we can save that for when we're interrogating him.
True.
Yeah. And sorry, my brother just walked in the room and I was trying to focus on what you were saying while talking to him. Yes, you, Z and Eli, you headed back to the Rose. Eli, I assume in the morning you're heading back to the High House of Wonders? Eli?
Eli.
Rips on.
Eli.
He did.
Death.
Okay. We'll come back to Eli as soon as he comes back to life.
He's rebooting.
He's
Yeah.
rebooting.
Oh,
What
there
Oh,
he is.
there you are.
I just had to dip because my mom's going to bed. What's up?
No worries. I assumed Eli would be heading back to the High House of Wonders when sun started to rise to go back to Mr.
Yes.
Artificer Man. Okay.
Yes, to Nickel Black, yes.
Cool. And what are Z's plans for the day?
Well, I need to make myself still available in case somebody needs to contact us. So I'm still gonna be sort of going back and forth to the Rose. But aside from that, I need to get myself a new set of inconspicuous clothes because I can't keep walking around in full guard uniform apparently. And I also I am gonna go visit the tower by the sea, and I can't remember. You said its name just 2 minutes ago. I can't remember what it was. Sea Tower?
It's the Sea Tower.
Okay. Okay, that was a lot easier than I ever imagined. Yeah, I need to visit the Sea Tower, so I'll probably go out to buy the clothes with my old Neverwinter guard insignia, sort of in my pocket, sort of thing. But I'll go into the city for the clothes first, and then go to the tower.
Okay.
Would you like to take Galeen?
Yeah, I
with
was gonna
you?
say, can Galeen come with you?
I thought Galeen
Because
was
this outfit ain't gonna work for what we're doing.
I thought Galeen was staying at the whatchamacallit, the hideout.
The safe house.
She had a change of heart.
Sure did.
Oh. Then yeah, we can definitely go together, I guess. Yeah. I mean, now that you mention it, I'm probably gonna buy like a couple different set of clothes for everyone, just to make sure that we have like swamp gear, cause I know where we're going, or at least I have a heavy suspicion of where we might need to go. So I'm gonna buy swamp equipment as well.
Sounds good.
Swamp equipment.
Also,
And
yeah, leaving the three amigos here is perfect because nothing bad happened last time. So
The three murder happy, trigger happy murder hobos. Yes.
You'll be fine.
yeah. Then Gira, Alba, and Haskell, other than probably interrogating Mr. Aravex Fox Traveler at some point, do the three of you have any specific plans?
I would just like to kind of, I don't know, just see if I can get some information about if anybody heard anything happening last night at the house. to see if anybody is, if there's any rumors floating about him being attacked in this house, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of just waiting for the cult to show up, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty
Yep.
much.
It's a quote.
Pascal's just gonna chill, sunbathe.
Okay. Okay. Alba?
I kind of regret leaving, but y'all will be fine. It'll be fine.
I mean, I don't really know. I don't know, to be honest. How much? Sorry, I'm trying to remember what I have on my plate at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I have not thought much about this character the past 2 weeks, to be honest. Not enough. Okay. I mean, other than interrogating the guy, I don't really have much to do at the moment.
Okay.
Do you have any
Sounds
infusions
good.
you want to do on any of your items?
I mean, I do those as part of preparing.
Prosthetic arm.
I'm not. That's what my armor's for at the moment.
Yeah.
Cool. Then
Actually, I will
we'll-
say, just as a note,
Yes.
for the people that are with her, Albert, as a change from normal, now just puts her armor on first thing in the morning and wears it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That makes sense.
Intimidating as hell.
I'm sure it's nice to have another arm.
It's not. Yeah, she has another arm now. It's what it does.
Mhm. Cool. Then we'll start with those of you over at the Fox Travelers. It's the three of you. I dropped my pencil. The three of you wake up in the morning. I imagine Kira would get up first. But as the three of you wake up, Aravax is not conscious yet in the early morning hours. Still kind of just has his like head leaned back in a pretty uncomfortable position against the wall with his hands bound and his ankles bound together. And Gira, you head out to see if you can catch word if there's any rumors floating around about whether or not somebody heard the commotion. Give me a perception check. How exactly are you going about this? Are you like walking through the alleyways, like stopping to ask people, or are you just listening in on a conversation as you maybe do rounds? Or something else?
Just listening in on conversations.
Yeah. You walk around like the nearby area of the Fox Travelers. There's not very many people out and about. And as of right now, there's like there's like a woman like putting out laundry, and she's speaking with someone. And there's a few kids around. And as you kind of like walk by them, they don't seem to be talking about Airvax. You can't imagine word has spread that fast that people outside of this area would be talking about it if they did hear something. It was also, I'm pretty sure, fairly late when you broke into combat. But
it was definitely pretty late, and it was very quick combat.
yes, there wasn't any loud spells or anything put off either. So there's a good chance.
There was a thunder gauntlet that went off.
True. There's one loud spell that went off.
Yeah.
And
But just like taking a walk, it doesn't seem like no, at least it's not very active conversation at this moment.
Alright, I'd head back then.
Cool. Yeah, you head back. Alba and Haskell, you're doing your thing. And it's probably a few hours would pass, unless you want to forcibly wake Aravax up. Before he would come to, just like naturally.
No reason to rush it. We'll just wait it out until he wakes up.
And yeah, you're probably except for maybe Haskell, who specifically wanted to sunbathe.
Yes. He is sunbathing and cleaning under his scales.
Alba and Gira, you are downstairs, and you see slowly Aravax like lifts his head up and cringes as he does so, slowly opening his eyes, and it looks like he's processing the situation he's in. He is gagged, and like tries to like pull his hands apart from the binds, but it doesn't work, obviously. And eventually would notice the two of you in the same room. It just gives you a look because he can't say
Morning, sunshine.
anything. Doesn't look happy.
I guess I'd turn to Alba and be like, should we see what he knows now, or should we just wait for everybody to get back and do it later?
I can wait.
Alright, sounds good. Real quick though, Gear would probably get up with his water skin and like approach him and be like, "All right, I'm gonna give you some water, but if you start screaming, I'm gonna have to be mean to you again."
If he just
Pull down the gag.
raises his eyebrows, and you take out the gag, and he doesn't start screaming. He like takes a moment to like lick his lips, and looks up at you. You can't hand him the water skin. You're going to have to feed him
Like,
the
hold
water
back his
skin.
head and then like pour the water into his mouth.
Mhm.
Waterboard and water. No, okay.
Whoa. Spoken like a true triton.
Sorry. This is America.
This is Tyranny. Yeah, he drinks the water, and when you pull back, he like takes a moment. Do you plan on like re-gagging him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he like sees you like going to put the gag back on, and he like looks up at you and is like, I don't. If I are you going to turn me into those cultists?
Possibly.
He like looks a little defeated, like great, and just like doesn't say anything else.
That, or I've heard that you've recently offended the underbelly of the city. I could hand you over to them as well.
He looks up at you and looks a little confused at first, and then like smooths out his features, and gives you just a smile, shrugs.
I'll replace the gag then. Walk away.
Great. Then the three of you hang out until later, at least that's the plan for now.
Yeah.
Eli, to cut over to you. You leave once again. The ash crack of dawn. Head into the city. The guards don't stop you for the tax. And you head out to the High House of Wonders, where you've been now 2 times before. And once again, it's very similar, like, process. It's the same time of day. There's not very many the people there. And once again, you get to those doors, the office. You get to the doors at the office, and they're still closed. Whether I assume whether or not Eli wants to ask for help this time or wait again is up to you.
Eli is a very patient individual, seeing as he does not age. So he will stand there and he will wait, like a suit of armor, looking all fancy, sipping tea.
Sipping tea. Yeah, you wait around. Once again, it's a few hours until familiar face in Nicole Black shows up. He sees you and looks less surprised this time to see you waiting outside the door. Gives you a smile and greets you, and opens the door. And as you walk into the room, following him in, he starts setting down his stuff. He once again starts talking to you. And he says, I wasn't able to find any more updated schematics of Warforged like you. Unfortunately, I tried looking in a few different places. I'm sure somewhere might have something. But I have some ideas about how we can maybe restore those flight modules of yours. Perhaps not to the same extent as they were back in your home plane, but with what limited time we seem to have, maybe a little.
I never had the opportunity to use them.
Never?
Never. All I know is that I was supposed to have them, and I don't.
Oh, well, do you know where they're located, perchance? Where they're supposed to
One
be?
moment.
Eli starts making a dial-up noise.
Probably in my legs.
That would make sense. Like,
Nope, not just my legs. Oh wow, no, there's a whole schematic here. Hold on a minute. And Eli turns like to the side and says, "Oh no! The entire system is supposed to be integrated throughout my entire body."
oh, interesting. Well, we can see what we could do then. I was hoping perhaps it'd be a little simpler than that, based on what we were able to figure out yesterday. But
There is a primary component that is supposed to be located in the upper back area. However, it does appear to draw energy from, and he clicks open his chest, and he points to the rotating glowing orb inside of his chest. It does appear to draw power from this and relocate it to 17 different areas throughout my structural capacity. Here,
interesting.
here, 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 and here.
As you like point to the different spots on your body, Nicole turns back to like his like bag and like pulls out a few pieces of parchment and like a quill and stuff and puts it down on a table, and turns to you and it's like, could you point those out again? I can't remember things quite as well as you can, Eli.
Sure. Here, 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 and here.
Great. Think I got it. If not, I can ask you again. Well, once we can, there's a few more pieces that I think we can get the dents out of. But as soon as we do that, hopefully with enough time, we can maybe figure out how this works. It's rather puzzling. I thought it would be smaller, maybe, but I suppose it makes sense to lift something of your size. And as he goes on, he starts like getting his stuff out or whatever. Unless there's anything in particular Eli wants to ask him or talk to him about, he will once again go into doing his thing to try and help you.
Eli, will occasionally just ask about the other bits he's got around his shop, mostly out of curiosity. Because he's like, oh, what's this do? And he's going to pick up, like, this giant fucking golem arm and be like, can I have one of these? No, it'd make me too lopsided. Never mind. And he's going to pick up, like, something else and be like, can I have one? Never mind, that doesn't fit. Never mind, that's last gen. And he's just going to be like, this is cool. And he's just going to keep touching the dude's stuff.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he has much that he can fit onto you. A lot of, despite like this man's seemingly very large knowledge of like the creatures like you, there's also a lot of different other constructs that he would explain. If you asked, like he has like pieces of like clay golems, and like little like just small like more natural constructs too, which he would explain. Unfortunately, I don't think we can put bat wings on you because you don't have blood.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. But yeah. Nicole goes about fiddling. I'm not gonna say that. Goes about trying to help fix you. For however long Eli stays there today.
I think I've figured out what you're about to say.
Yeah.
Keep going, sorry.
And last but not least, Z and Galib. The two of you head out from the Rose. I imagine you spent a little time there that morning to make sure nobody was gonna pop in to get to deliver a letter or exchange information. So it's probably a little later in the morning when the two of you head out into the city, into the Wide. That's what it's called. Into the Wide, the shopping district of the upper city. And Alba had briefly passed through this district yesterday, but as you enter the Wide for the first time, probably, Z has maybe been to Baldur's Gate before. It's this vast open air like marketplace and plaza, and it has sort of like a lingering like musk of like spices and foods. And you get the sense you could find just about anything here, if you wanted to.
Well,
and go ahead.
Well, it's a good thing I don't have use for everything, but specifically we're looking for a clothing shop, so hopefully.
Yeah.
The lane don't stray too far from me. Come on.
I don't plan on it.
Yeah. It's fairly easy to find like clothes. A lot of the shops in the Wide are less like shops, as they are like stalls with like the tents and stuff, with merchants just hawking their wares. And yeah, the two of you would probably be able to at least find regular clothes fairly easily. just like commonplace clothes. Finding swamp clothes, I imagine you're thinking like
Like
Waiters.
waterproof.
yeah, waterproof, high boots, tall boots,
Yeah.
and probably like what do they call it? It's not a like raincoats type of thing, like a leather tarp.
Yeah.
Ponchos.
Ponchos.
Poncho?
Yeah, leather ponchos, like waterproof leather ponchos.
Uh-huh.
Possibly some like mesh masks, sort of thing, because you know
Mm-hmm.
there might be just an
Um,
infestation of bugs and whatnot.
I'm assuming that you're explaining this to me, and I'm just looking at you like, what? Why do you need all this stuff? That just seems extra.
Oh no, trust me. Last time I was in the swamp, it was absolutely terrible. Like just trying to trudge through the mud. And don't get me wrong, like I don't usually walk that much, but I couldn't fly over the swamp. We're trying to track of where we were. Dense fog. Trudging through that, it was hellish. Could barely move. Water was getting through our clothes, and like it gets to the point where your skin starts to like form this sort of like sort of like shivering. Never mind. Let's just get something to protect us from the water at the very. And trust me, this isn't just water that you're gonna like. This is the type that will get you an infection in less than 2 hours.
Oh, gotcha. If
This
there's
is
a
water.
place for different armor, I would like to see if there's different armor too. If not, that's fine. I just
Oh, we might be able to
Yeah.
find a blacksmith somewhere here.
I stand out a little too much.
Yeah, you don't really need to be wearing armor inside the city, but we can find some. Maybe we can get a cloak to cover it up a little bit.
That might work.
Alright, let's try over there then. And just sort of guiding Gillian to the next job.
Yeah. I will after a bit of looking, I'll say you'll be able to find what you're looking for. Like I said, this is Baldur's Gate. They patrol everything that comes down that river. They're a very main trading hub of the Sword Coast, thanks to their huge harbor and cranes. And so like after enough time, you will be able to find what you're looking for. For the record, I don't know how many sets of clothes you're looking to get, but like common clothes, like what you're mainly getting are like 5 silver pieces each, and traveler's clothes, which I'll count as swamp clothes, are 2 gold pieces each.
Just for good measure, I'll get enough.
Depending on how much you're getting, I'll let you do the math.
Yeah, I'll do the math, but I'm essentially getting a full set.
And as far as armor goes, you could definitely also find armor here. It's maybe a little harder to find than like lighter clothes, because a lot of the booths and stalls here are temporary and operated by like artists and hedge wizards and merchants. But you do find they like stand with armor. You'll actually get the sense that they're like located here in Baldur's Gate. They just come to the wild to sell it. There's a lot more people passing through. And I'm not sure what kind of armor you're looking for. I assume heavy armor, but
Yep.
There's quite a few options as far as heavy armor goes.
We can figure that out after the session. That's fine. I just wanted to have a set in the event that we go somewhere where I don't want my holy symbol and everything showing. So that was kind of the point. But so we don't have to do it right this second.
I see.
Sorry, Ollie, you said the adventurer's clothes are 2 gold, and the other ones are 5 silver.
Oh, I was wondering why she didn't respond to me.
I think. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, her
I was
audio
just
stopped
like,
working. Because she also didn't stop when I was mid sentence, and like she started talking over me. I was like, wait, what?
yeah.
I can hear you now. It stopped
Yay.
working. I don't know why.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we can figure out what armor we're getting for Ghislaine afterwards, but we can say we're getting it now, sort of thing.
Yeah. Because I don't plan on like changing into it. I just wanted to have it in the event that I, that I needed it.
For sure. Cool.
And as far as how many the clothes, I am doing the math. I'm spending a total of 16 gold on clothes. I'm getting a set of swamp clothes for everyone in the party, and then I'm getting myself a couple extra. Getting everyone a set of swamp clothes and a set of normal everyday clothes for that are a little bit less conspicuous, sort of dark collars, neutral things, and cloaks. And then I'm getting myself a couple other changes of clothes, just in case.
Sick. Cool.
Shopping.
Could the two of you, while you're shopping, both roll me perception check?
Certainly. Hell yeah. I'm just imagining Z sort of like super giddy, just walking around with a pile of clothes on her one arm. It's like, oh, shopping, I haven't done this in so long. And he's just like not understanding anything.
And me, on the other hand, I'm just like, land is still weird.
Oh, I could take this shirt. This shirt goes so much better with the color of my eyes. I can't decide.
Yeah, Galeen, you're very out of place. It's hot, it's humid, there's a lot of people here, there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of smells. This is not Galeen's territory. So you're focusing on getting shopping done, I imagine, and not sparing very many looks away from the clothes that Z is pointing out to you. Z, as you're out shopping the wide, it's not too hard to find clothes. And as you're going about your shopping, you first notice it just like offhandedly. You see a small like black cat sitting among the stalls. And as you pass by, it like follows you a little, but you stop paying attention. And then you look back later, and the cat's still there, behind you. And this continues for a while as you like stop to look at like someone's wares. You glance over, the cat's there. That's what you notice.
Probably like trying to do it as discreetly as possible. I'm sort of like swapping out, like separating some of the clothes that I have on one pile, and it's like, hold this for me, and like getting close to her, and it's like, cat that's been following us for past hour, getting a little bit weird. I think it might be somebody familiar or polymorph. Nah, probably familiar. What should we do?
Where?
And like,
what direction do you see it in?
Yeah, I sort of look, just like nod very gently with my hand, as to point her in the direction of the cat.
And then I'm gonna attempt to, in a very inconspicuous way, just like walk by and just glance to see if I see what he sees.
I mean, yeah. Once Z points it out, it's not, the cat isn't making too much of an effort to stay hidden. It doesn't seem. It's just like has stopped like between two stalls and is looking over at the two of you. It's like tail swishing behind it. And are you like walking in that direction to try and see it as he continues shopping?
Yeah, in like a manner of like looking at the other pieces of clothing and then kind of like looking in the direction of the cat, so it doesn't look like I'm just like staring right at the cat.
Yeah. As you like walk in that direction, and Z, I imagine you're also watching.
Yeah, I'm probably like following after her, and I'm somewhat noticing what she's doing. It's like, yeah, like put a hand on her shoulder and like point it at like a specific. So it's like, I think that shop might have a better suiting clothes for you. The pants might be a little bit tight though. Certain. And, like I'm pointing in the general direction where the cat is, but like the stall behind the cat sort of thing.
Yeah. As you walk towards it, the cat like stands up again, and it like puts its like tail in the air in the way cats do when they're like pleased, and starts trotting away. As like the two of you like stop to like glance at the market, you can see the cat. It like trots away. It stops again and turns to look back at you, almost like to check if you're following.
So we're following the cat then.
Guess we're following a cat, yeah. Well, we're done with
This is
shopping
not gonna
mostly.
end well. Yeah. This is a terrible idea. Let's do it.
Got your weapons on you?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm ready for anything.
Gotcha. Just give me the clothes. I don't really need my hands for this one.
All right.
I'm just imagining Z's like the clothes go from his hands all the way up to his chin. Is like just uncomfortably waddling. Because I did buy like what is it? 14 sets of clothes to just like a pile.
I feel like they would provide a bag for you to carry them in.
Nah.
Probably.
I mean, yeah,
Or you
probably.
could ask for one.
14 sets of clothes, including boots. That's a lot of clothes. I probably like had to buy a small cart to carry that around. There was
Oh,
also like a
rubber cart.
mage hand carrying some stuff for me next to me. It's like me.
Um. So are you following the cat?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. The cat, upon seeing you start following it again, goes back to looking happy, and continues to walk away from you all, occasionally looking back over its shoulder to make sure you're following. And it leads you away from the wide, and out of Baldur's Gate. Like, not the city Baldur's Gate, but the gate Baldur's Gate. Into the lower city. And it doesn't seem intent on stopping anytime soon, as you start making your way through the city, heading northeast through Baldur's Gate. And I can bring up the map just to show
Yeah,
you generally
'cause-
what direction it's.
Oh, I
bringing
was
you.
like, I was doing that same thing again, where it's like the map is not properly oriented, so I was getting totally lost.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, yeah, no, I got it.
I
I got
also,
it.
it's like that way.
Okay, thank you.
Technically not northeast. That's
True
northeast. In my orient, in the way it should be oriented.
Yeah, that is true east,
Yeah.
yeah.
In the way it should be
So
oriented.
that's north,
Yep.
east,
Yeah.
Okay.
west.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, we probably are talking as we walk, following the cat. It's like, we're getting pretty far. This is looking kind of weird. What you reckon? Probably someone trying to get to talk to us is my best guess. But
Yeah,
weird way to go about it.
I don't have a sense of fear or anything going. It's just weird that there's a cat excited that we're following it.
I wish we had Gira with us. No, don't have one of those like sense people spells on. know that Gary can detect creatures, but
I don't have nothing.
that's alright. I don't have anything either, so it's just gonna be us two. No knowledge. Alright.
This is not ideal.
Nope, but worst case, we're still in the middle of a big city, so guards shouldn't be a problem.
That's true.
Cool. And I'll. This cat is going to lead you quite far away from the line. If you want to follow it all the way there, as it leads you around the harbor and down. Over
Oh, God.
all the way over here.
At some point, like,
Shit.
she's like, why am I still walking? This would be so much easier if I was just flying. My feet hurt.
I also just thought that when Z was like, "Yeah, there's no chance of danger. There are guards everywhere." And, like, just some guy like walked by, and it's like, "Did you know Baldur's Gate has the highest rate of muggings?"
Oh my god.
As he's walking around like with impaired vision from how many clothes he's wearing.
We'll be fine unless we're not.
I imagine probably like at some point we come across there's got to be like a courier's shop, right? Where I can just like drop all the stuff and have it delivered to the inn, probably.
With a note.
With a note.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Then at least they know where we are.
Yep.
Ish.
Except that none of us are at the.
No, but if we go missing, the first place you would check would be the Rose Inn.
Sure.
So yeah, I'll probably at some point during the path that the cat is leading us down, we will try to sort of start looking for couriers, so we can send the stuff to be delivered at the Rose. But also probably because he needs to take a sit down and you know stretch the legs a little bit because we've been walking through like half of Baldur's Gate again.
Yep. Yeah, on your way there, you stop and find a courier. Get them to bring your stuff to the Rose. The cat stops with you, patiently waits for you. You take a seat, and take a break on the foggy streets of Baldur's Gate. But eventually, the cat does lead you literally across the city, around the harbor, all the way to the edge of the city. You're close enough to the wall that's separating the inner city from the outer city that it's like only like a few houses down. And the cat slows down a little as it trots up to a small home. The windows of this home are like boarded up, and the door is shut. The cat pauses one last time to like glance back at you again, before like slipping underneath the steps. And as I imagine Z and Galeen are standing outside, like looking at each other, like this isn't shady at all. There's a few moments that pass, and there's like a clatter from inside, followed by like the surprised voice of a
Sorry, the surprised voice of a
person.
Okay. I'll go up to the boarded up door and like knock on it. Hello? Sorry to bother you, but this is gonna sound very weird, but we followed a cat here. I think we're supposed to check on you. Are you alright?
Yeah, and just to clarify, the door isn't boarded up, it's the windows. The door is just shut. It's just like a solid wood door. And as you like call out, knock on the door and call out, there's a little bit of quiet. And then as you're standing by the door and listening, you hear footsteps. And as you're standing there, the door opens. but just a little, and you see it gets caught by like a bunch of locks that are going across the door. And looking out at you is a tired-looking man. He has long, like, dark hair. And by his feet, as you look down, is the cat. He looks at you and says, "You followed my cat here?"
Yeah, it was
Yes.
strange. It was sort of waiting for us and sort of stopping for us to follow it for some reason.
The man, like, smiles, and is like, and like closes the door again. And you hear from the other side, alongside the sound of locks being unlatched.
I imagine
You hear
there's
from the other side. Go ahead.
I imagine there's that one second between the door closing and the latches starting to open up where Z just like turns to Glenn like, what the fuck are we doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, you start hearing like locks being unlatched. And as this is happening, you hear from the other side, like, "Dusk, you didn't tell me you were bringing people here. You know, you can talk to me." And the locks stop unlatching. There's at least 5 of them. And the door opens all the way this time. And this man was standing like off to the side and gesturing for you to come in.
Thank you. Pardon the intrusion. They will...
No.
Sorry, Z will walk in as he's saying that. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of like look to both sides of like the street and just kind of like, okay, like in my head thinking, okay, I guess I'm going into this stranger's house. What could go wrong here? And then I walk in.
Yeah. And as you follow in behind Galeen, the man, and I'll drop his token just so you can see what he looks like. As you step in behind Z, the man closes the door behind you, and goes to start locking the door again. Now that you're on the other side, there is like 5 locks. And as he does, let me just grab his token so I can focus on talking. There you go.
Oh wow.
Aww. A
That
man
is
and his cat.
adorable.
And as he's like relocking the door, he says, "You know, I was wondering where Dusk went. Usually she doesn't stray that far from the home because she knows I don't like it when she does. Who knows what can happen to a familiar in the city of Baldur's Gate?" He like finishes locking the door, and turns to you, and like as you're standing here, maybe a little awkwardly, as like the front hallway of this man's house, all of the windows are boarded up, and there's a lot of candles lit, even though it's like noon. And he turns around, like claps his hands together, and says, "Dusk has a very good knack for finding people who will be good for me and good for you. If you want to come into the next room, we can like sit."
I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna point to the locks and I'm gonna say, is all of this necessary? Like thinking to myself, he just locked us in here.
Oh yeah, we don't want anyone getting in here. Baldur's Gate is a dangerous place, and I've had my fair share of dangerous people trying to come in here and steal my work.
What exactly is it that you work on? And as I'm asking that, I'm sort of gesturing with my hand to sort of lead the way.
Yeah, he does. It's a relatively small home, and he just leads you into like the next room where there's some chairs. Only one of them looks used. This is the one he goes to. But there are chairs for the 2 of you too. And he says, I just need. I work on getting the stuff uncovered that the guards don't want to uncover because they're afraid. And unfortunately, I can't get their help. So Dusk here, and he like gestures down at the cat who is followed behind him. It has a knack for finding people who can. Now sometimes she's wrong, so I'm. If she's wasting your time, I apologize. It's not me, but I am sure all of us can help each other.
Well, I've worked quite a few years as a guard myself, so I suppose I can help you with that. But what exactly is it that you're trying to uncover?
Well, a lot of things. But right now, I have one problem I'm trying to take care of. Before I get into my problem, and he's like sitting down, and he's picking up like a few books. And as you look around, there's a lot of books, just kind of like stacked in this room. And he says, before I get into my problem, do you have any problems?
Sort of like a Galen.
Uh,
Suppose you could say that, yeah. A problem or two, but don't think sharing them would be a good idea for either of us. No offense, but we've only just met, and you don't really have not qualifications. The word that I'm looking for, it's credentials. Do you have any kind of one that can vouch for you, or?
Well, not anymore. I used to, about 2 years ago. But, unfortunately, there was a freak accident, and now I'm here. But, I understand. I can help you if you wish, but if you do not wish, then I'm sure that's what the gods wanted. But if you're willing to listen to me, of course, that'd be splendid. If not, fair enough. I'm sure Dusk here can go find someone else to help us.
Oh, listen. Helping people is what I do. Ghislaine, if you want to help, you're more than welcome to do so, but I know that you have a bit of a tighter agenda than.
I'm not one to say no to helping.
That's the spirit. Alright,
Great.
so, actually haven't told us your name yet, but, actually, let me introduce our names either. I'm Azamet, you can call me Z, and this is Ghislaine.
Pleasure.
Yes, it is very nice to meet you. This is Dusk, and he points to the cat, and I'm Bori Brightwood. Don't listen to what the children around here have to say about me. They say I'm crazy. It's not true.
Oh,
And under my breath, I'm just like, I think this guy is crazy.
vote of confidence, I suppose.
And he the flipping through the book, he says, Baldur's Gate isn't, I already said this, isn't a safe city. There's a lot of thieves and murderers, and I hate living here. But I do because I have a house here, and it's difficult traveling. So I have been trying to help the guards by uncovering some of those murders, those criminals. There's a lot of criminals in Baldur's Gate. But recently, I think it might all be connected. There's these, and he like stands up really suddenly. and takes the book. He says, "Follow me," and doesn't wait for you to even stand as he goes to leave the room.
Sort of scuffle to try and get up. It's like, oh, okay, we're moving. Okay.
Can I-
He like go ahead.
As we leave, can I just kind of take a look at the surroundings in his place?
Yeah. As you stand, maybe a little more slowly, as Z very quickly like pushes himself to his feet to follow after Bori. This room seems like it should be a living room of some sort. But it's obvious that this man lives alone with his cat. There's like the one chair near a table that has a lot of clutter and a lot of like papers on it. And then there's the few chairs that you and Z like pulled up to sit down in. And there's a lot of like books and scrolls and loose parchment paper everywhere. And it looks like it's lived in by to use the words that he said not to describe him with, by a crazy person. And as Galeen, you like pause to look around and then follow after Z and Bori. His claims of not being crazy just slowly get less believable as he like leads you to another room and opens the door. Like, let me double check something. Yes. As he goes into the room, opens the door, like waves a hand, and lights a few candles. You see like on one wall of this room, like imagine those boards you see with like papers tacked up with red string. This is what you're looking at. And as you step into this room, you see these papers, and there's a lot of them, and it looks like a lot of like newspaper clippings. And there's pictures of people, and some of them are like handwritten like notes. And they all have like red string strung between them. And he goes on as he's moving into this room.
Oh, you have one of these too. Wow. Looks a lot neater than mine.
Yes. You see, we have all of these murders. And he like waves his hand at the board. All these murders. And it doesn't make sense that all of them are coincidental, because there's a lot of them. This is just like the past 3 months, and I think that the undercellar is where the thieves are hiding, and they have something to do with it. And the two of you can make either perception or investigation checks as you're standing here listening to him talk and like looking at this board. Galeen, you are very confused.
I do not follow.
You do not follow.
Z, on the other hand, as stated before, literally has one of these in his own place.
Z has been here before. He's been in this place, but in his own house. And as you're looking at it, and as Bori is like gesturing, you get a sense a lot of it isn't like connected. Like you like step up and start looking through some of like the newspaper clippings, and it's like this was just a person. But as you like move through the board, and Bori kind of gestures enthusiastically. At one side, he says, especially over here, it doesn't make sense why the watch would let them die, and he only briefly touches on it. But as you go to look, you see like gathered in one corner of this wall, is 3 different people. And they're all patriarchs who are the nobles of the city. They're the people who live in the upper city, the rich people, and they're protected by the Watch. And you kind of go ahead.
The clippings are from 3 patriarchs that have been killed.
Yes, they have
Ooh,
been
juicy.
murdered.
Yeah.
And you see in the papers, it says 2 of them, they were related. They were Delilah and Robert Staunton. And it says they tried to double cross the wrong people and paid the price for it. And the third one is a different patriarch who was supposedly killed by a vengeful husband. But it's likely the Staunton papers that catch your eye as you look at them, and it reads that there's like one remaining member of this family, and some more recent clippings that have been, like, it looks like, added on top, about how the remaining member, seems Beltiger, has been isolating himself after this incident. And there are like claims from like close friends that he seems to be having some like mental troubles, but nothing to worry about. And one of them talks about how he claims to have been having like seeing ghosts and having hallucinations. And it mentions something about dragons, which is likely what catches his eye.
I imagine like he's like power reading through it, and it's like the word dragon just like tunnel
Yup.
vision on that word. I mean, he's just gonna be silent as he's reading through it and sort of looking around, trying to follow with his eyes and then with his finger, like some of the strings that are already set up. And he'll look back to Bori and say, "You mind if I change some of the strings or add some new ones?"
Sure. Do you need more? I have more.
Yeah, different color maybe.
He looks a little puzzled when you say different color, but goes into like a box that's like in the side of this room, and Galeed, you're like watching this happen. And pulls out some more red string, and once again waves his hand. You get the sense he's using prestidigitation, and turns it a different color and holds it out to you.
Thank you. Oh, just an FYI, be careful using magic around me. Just precaution. And
what?
I'll grab the string and turn around and start to work on the connections.
Yeah, you say be careful using magic. He like looks confused and then a little concerned. As you're like striking up the strings, he's like, what are you talking about? Are you afraid of magic? I've met some people who are afraid of magic.
No, I'm long story short, magic sense to not work properly around me. It's just a precaution. I've had bad experiences, especially the last couple of weeks.
He like falls quiet for maybe the first time this entire time you've been talking to him. And then looks like he has a moment, like a light bulb moment. I like, work on that, stay here. And he leaves the room.
Yep. Go ahead.
No, if you had something to say, you can say it.
Probably hearing the footsteps getting further away, I'll sort of turn to Yelena and go, hey, this is gonna probably quite a bit of time for the next couple of days. I think this is something I'm gonna be able to solve. I need to talk to some people. Do you mind doing a run back to the hideout, and letting everyone know I'm going to be working on it?
Yeah. Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah. It's a little bit more my element, to be honest. As soon as I get a minute, I'll meet up with you at the Rose Inn, or I'll swing by the hideout.
Okay. Well, there's one problem.
What is it?
I can't leave.
Just ask Bori if he doesn't let us leave. We'll figure it out. I'm sure
Right.
you're convincing enough.
I can be.
Can't you unlock the door from inside?
You
Yeah,
can,
if you want
technically. Oh, that is exactly what I was thinking about. Thank you, Tucker.
Yeah.
Oh my
spam.
god, he locked the door, we can't leave! Wait.
It is locked from the inside, so if you really wanted to, you could unlock it.
Z, I guess follow me so you can lock it, because this guy's paranoid.
Sure. And I'll walk with Galeen out of the house, I suppose.
Yeah, you walk back down the hallway, and you see in the room you were in before, the man's like going through books. Doesn't notice you as you walk down the hallway and like lean out.
Yeah, I'll actually, as we're going through, I will sort of speak up to Boris, like, hey, Bori, Galeen's gonna go out and get started on some stuff. I'm gonna go back to the board in just a minute.
Great. Are you? Goodbye, Galeen. Perhaps we will speak again.
See you later.
Yeah.
Hopefully not. I'm not really sure yet.
And then nobody heard of Z ever again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then as soon as Galeen leaves, like the guy's just like, you know, I did say the city was full of murderers.
I'm waiting
Look.
for you got a purty mouth.
Look, I have one advantage in this specific one-on-one. The guy is a wizard. I am a wild magic sorcerer. This is gonna get fucking wonky.
Yeah, you let Galeen out. And Galeen, you're heading back to the Fox Traveler Steakhouse?
Yep.
Cool. And yeah, Z, you relock the door, and head back inside, to work on the board. And it's going to be a little while until Bori returns. And Galeen, as you head back through the city streets of Baldur's Gate, it's Galeen's probably been walking more than she wants to. As you walk all the way across the city, and then you have to walk up and through the other city back to the Fox Traveler's house. So by the time you get there, it's probably like early afternoon, 1 or 2. And I imagine you knock or let yourself in.
I would knock first.
Yeah, you knock. Pascal's probably closest by. As you hear a knock on the door.
Pascal, up on the roof, looks down. He's just like, yes.
And I'll probably be like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from?
There's a lizard infestation.
Am I good to come in?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. Didn't know if everybody was decent.
Glade, you open the door. Haskell's not inside. He's he's somewhere.
Meanwhile, Haskell up on the roof doesn't know what modesty is, so he's naked so he can sunbathe.
Also, when you said you were sunbathing on the roof, I just pictured the Saurians from Dragon's Dogma.
But yeah, you open the door, Gillian. You don't see Haskell. But downstairs, you're in Alba. You probably hear the door opening. While you're sitting with a very quiet and grumpy Aravax Fox Traveler.
Always he grumpy.
I mean, we did enter his house, beat him unconscious, and then tie him in his own basement, so I'd be grumpy.
Also killed his dog, but we can gloss over that one.
Don't say we.
That was the you thing.
That was a you thing, not a we thing.
Hey, I totally own up to it.
Yeah. I'll probably head upstairs to make sure that it's an ally, not an enemy.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Hey,
What's up?
so got a little distracted, if you can believe it. And we followed a cat and it led to a crazy man. So now he's talking to the crazy about his conspiracies about me.
Gotcha. So, like, are all of us helping out with this, or is he just gonna do it himself, or what's happening?
He seems pretty on board and super excited to help out a crazy man. So,
Just as a by the way, we're only hearing Heidi through Robert's mic.
mic, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
It does sound clear, right? It sounds
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Yeah.
oh well then shit.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds kind of like I'm hearing from the other room, which technically Albert is.
I think we are hearing it from the other room.
Your immersion.
Yeah, so Z said that he'll come back. It may take a bit for him, but he'll come back in a little bit. So how'd the interrogation go?
Oh, we were gonna wait for everybody to be here.
Oh.
I mean, if I'm completely honest, I think you're the only other person I was really waiting on. So I feel like Z doesn't really have the stomach for an interrogation, if it gets to that.
He's
And-
really good at playing good cop.
Oh, and then Eli is not all there.
What do you mean? Is he awake?
Yeah, I gave him some water this morning.
Wow, you gave him water? It's so nice of you.
Yeah, see, I'm a great nice guy.
I would have not given him water, but whatever.
I think that would have been the first thing you would give somebody.
Shut up. All right. Then let's go.
Alright. Should we bring Haskell down as well?
Yeah, he's pretty intimidating.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to say anything.
Oh, I'm gonna play my part here in a second. Hold on, and I'm gonna transform into him.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna walk outside and be like, "Can you please get off my roof?" And then hustle back inside, expecting Haskell to be like, "Oh my god, he's fucking back up again. What the shit?"
That's funny.
Haskell scravels down naked, ready to rip his throat out again.
Into the other room, and then wait for you to see me, and then drop the illusion.
Where?
Mainly, I just wanted to make sure that people outside, like, oh, he's still out and about. And he just has weird people in his house. Got it.
Gotcha. Yeah, Haskell like comes like running in. Naked. I don't know how lizard folk bits look, but I don't think their bits hang out, so he's fine.
Yikes.
He's just standing there.
Yeah.
Cocks his head. He says, yes.
We're gonna start interrogating him now. I was just making a show as if he's still up and around, so people don't get too suspicious.
He nods.
And Gira kind of gesture for him to probably clothe himself first and then go downstairs.
Haskell goes back outside, climbs on the roof, grabs his clothes, puts them back
Hey.
on, then comes back in.
Before we interrogate him, what things do we want to
I'll say, yeah, what questions do we want to ask?
focus on?
Yeah, that's definitely a good thing to figure out first.
We want to kind of know like what his relation is to the cultists.
Yeah. To note, everybody, he's scared of being handed over to them,
Oh, that's fun.
because that was the first thing he asked. But then I threatened that, like, oh, I could also hand you over to the thieves of the city, and he seemed to not give a shit. So
Okay.
doesn't seem to care much about them. So, and he seems to think that we are with them, the cultists, still.
That's
So I'm not sure
exciting.
if you want to use that to maybe leverage more information.
What was the name of the guy that
Okay.
he had referred to? You-
Uh,
Didn't he refer to a guy's name when
Resmir.
yeah, Resmir.
No, I thought he referred to somebody else that was new.
I don't think so.
Asmara?
If you scroll up, I did post all 6 of the big names
Yeah, in the roll 20.
They're
at the end
also
of
in
last
the-
Okay.
session.
Okay. Cool. What other questions should we ask him?
When possibly when the rest of the cultists are supposed to be, or at least the first cultist is supposed to be getting in, because it may help us determine if we can maybe I can get one of the Hot Bottom Sisters associates to kind of guard him while we do other things in the city, as like helping out this crazy man with whatever he's working on. So it gives kind of a time frame when they're going to start showing up.
Okay. Yep.
What information that he's supposed to be providing to the cultists. So, like, if he's setting up fences, if he's giving them a map to the next location, common meeting place, anything along those lines.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to frame it so it still makes it seem like we're a part of.
I mean, like, do you have anything for us to, in any ways, to proceed?
Okay. Cool. I think let's start with that.
Alright.
You think we're good to go?
Yeah. I figure you lead the interrogation because you seem to be better at talking to people than the rest of us.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright.
Let's go.
Alright, we head downstairs.
Cool. Yeah, you all head back downstairs. Alba, you see Galeen and Haskell coming downstairs. And so does Aravax, obviously. He notices the 2 new members of your party, and looks up at you as y'all descend the stairs. I suppose Galeen lead the way.
Yep.
Not sure exactly how you want to go about this.
Is he still gagged?
Gav? Yes.
Okay. I'll go ahead and I'll remove it.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say, I hear you might have some information for us. It would be a shame if the information that you didn't provide caused some issues. Are you willing to talk?
He looked up at you, and he says, I don't know what information you're looking for, but I'm just a safe house lady.
Just because you're a safe house doesn't mean you know nothing.
He makes expressions like, I mean, fair. And it says, again, I know a lot. I can tell you how to get the best bread in Baldur's Gate.
Don't try and be funny.
Part of me just wants to smack him. I'm not gonna.
I mean, he's at full HP.
He is.
Yeah, I'm gonna smack him.
Give me an attack roll. You get advantage because you can't really move.
So, strength.
Yeah, it'll be strength.
Because you're not like hitting with a weapon.
Yeah,
so
just a strength
it's
check
weapon.
essentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You slap him across the face. Roll a 1d4 just to see how much damage you deal.
Sure.
Yeah, you slap him across the face and he winces. And you can tell he like tries to go to put a hand up to his face, but his hands are bound. And looks up at you. And his like he looks irritated. And he says, again, I don't know what information you're looking for.
How about you don't waste my time? And then I won't waste your time. Deal?
Deal.
Alright, so.
Go ahead.
No, carry on.
I wasn't told to tell people who pass through here anything, so I'm pretty sure if you were still with the cult, you would know what you were doing. Unless I specifically got a missive, which doesn't happen often, then I'm just here to get paid and keep them hidden.
Well, so far, you're not doing a great job.
He like narrows his eyes.
So
Hmm.
when are the rest of us of the rest of them coming? Because they're gonna need to know that the safe house that was expected of them is not in fact safe.
he he just glowers, and he says, well, I kept it safe for 10 years until you got here, and more before that. So, but you all come in waves. The next one's supposed to come, the first, or something.
How many days from now is that?
Let me check. Calendar? And that's calendar. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No? What? I can't count. It is like 5.
True.
Yeah.
5 or
100%.
6.
Okay, 5 or 6 days
Like, depending if you're counting today.
today. So it's
There is
6
yeah,
days
there
if
is
we're
a
counting
calendar
today.
you can look at. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Shit. What information were you planning on providing them besides just safe haven?
I told you, I'm not I'm not expected to tell them anything. They come in here with their carts, and then they leave.
So, when he finishes saying that, Albert is going to shoot him in the back with a firebolt.
give me an attack. Yep.
Damn.
He is bloodied.
Stop lying to us.
He turns to glare at you. And just he doesn't say anything. He just glares.
Glare
That
right
spell
back.
has no moral compass.
Yeah, Albert glares right back at him.
It's a really bad group to mess with.
I don't know what you want. I keep these culted. I'm not a part of this cult. Not by any formal matters, anyways. They pay me more than I was being paid to safe house for the people of Baldur's Gate. And I keep them hidden here. And they bring their carts in that I'm not allowed to look into. And then they bring their carts back out the other side. And
Hey,
leave.
Ollie.
Yeah?
Because no one's done it yet. Can I do an insight check to see how straight up he's been with us?
Yeah. Give
Listen,
Everybody's
I
just-
can't roll
Everybody's
checks for
just
shit.
assuming he's bullshitting us, but he might just be telling the truth.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and join in on the insight.
I'm not gonna bother.
Haskell, it seems like he's telling the truth. He looked irritated that you keep trying to call him on his bluff that you get the sense he's not lying about. And you beat him to half of his hit points because of it. Gira, you also, it seems like he's mostly telling the truth. It's less that he's not telling the truth. There's maybe a chance he's hiding something. Like, he knows maybe a little more. You get the sense, like, he had a list of names upstairs. He knows people. But, like, it seems like he's just irritated that you keep hitting him for, he says, I don't know much. And that might be true. That might not be true. But at the same time, he's also seems to just be saying, yeah, I'm just a safe house. I don't do anything.
So you're trying to tell me that you've kept this place safe for 10 years and you don't know much?
Well, you know, I don't need to know much when I'm being paid gold.
But I'm sure that you know more than not much. So why don't you just, do us all a favor and tell us what you do know?
And with that, Geralt will walk up and take out the list of names that we'd found.
Mm-hmm.
You obviously know more than you're telling us that you know.
Yeah, he looks at it, and he says, "Sure, I know people. I have contacts that I do business with because I need to house their people as they come through here. I haven't even talked to half those people, and I've been doing this for 10 years."
Then why do you have all of these people on a list?
Because if there was ever problems, then these are the people I should report them. But usually, a few of them are closer than the others, so I have no reason to speak with most of them.
Alright, now, I didn't lie to you when I first met you. I do come from this city, and I am very well versed in all of the people in the outer city, so I know you. You had quite a reputation as having a wonderful, very well protected safe house. But stupid people don't usually have safe houses for this long. So you're smart, so I can guarantee you have more information about the people who have hired you, just in case you get clipped. Tell us what that information is, and we can be on our way, and you can be back to doing whatever you do.
He looks at you, and he repeats his question from earlier. He says, "You will be on your way, and you won't tell them about all of this."
If it's satisfactory, yes.
Yeah, we won't say a word if you give us some good information.
All right. And he goes to like take the paper from you, and I don't know if you'll let him take it, but ends up having to kind of awkwardly do it because his
Yeah.
hands are bound.
I'll let him take it. I would have copied down everything anyways.
Yeah. And he like puts it down, and says, "Well, Resmir the Black is the one who will be passing through here in about half a 10-day, 5 days, because I can count.
Half a 10-day is 5 days? You don't say!
I am terrified of what just flashed on the map for half a second.
That was
Did
me.
something flash on the
Oh.
map? Oh.
I think I saw like Clockwork Dragon. I was like, wait, what?
What? Why you do this?
The other cultist I keep contact with is Talus Castrol. She doesn't actually she's not actually located nearby. I'm not sure why I've been told to keep in contact with her. She lives in the Grey Peak Mountains. The Ravens belong to them. I just have to report back to her sometime. And
Is that
for
the
the
raven
record,
that you sent out yesterday?
yes, it won't be coming back for quite a while.
That makes
Because, for the record, if I move you back here, the Great Peak Mountains are far away. They are over here. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Over here.
Holy shit. It's only like 700 miles, it's fine.
As I quickly begin to look up how many miles can a bird fly in a single day.
Jesus Christ.
Move you back here.
100
The
miles.
others are other leaders in the cult. I was told only to contact the Severin Sarahan person if I needed to, which is probably because he's very important.
Where were you supposed to contact him?
By Raven.
Is that the
I
other
don't
raven
go
store?
to see them. Yes. I don't know where their headquarters is. I just know they pay me. And I know that these are the people I report to. the other raven, if I need to, I send it out and then it returns. I try not to ask questions because usually questions get you killed.
Yeah, but not knowing enough can also get you killed.
True.
I think I know enough. At least for me. Maybe not for you.
This guy's a walking contradiction.
I do have to ask, as someone who is closely tied with the cultists, as my compatriots here are, what if they decide to just kill you? You don't have any backup plan for that?
If they try to kill me,
Yeah.
then I think even at that point, there's a lot of people. I'm not sure if I could stop them. And, you know?
Well, I'm just
That's
wondering if you
why-
have any information that you plan to broadcast if you are killed, kind of thing.
If I am killed,
Yeah.
no. I can't really broadcast information if I'm dead.
Well, I assume you have people that would do that for you.
Well, I mean, I have associates throughout the city, but
I
I've
just assumed that
told-
you have some kind of, for being as you're running a safe house for this long, you at least have some dirt on. All right.
I mean, sure, but I'm not supposed to tell anybody else about this, so it's not like they know. And as long as I'm here, I don't think they're going to be able to find someone else quite as willing to help them, or as far as I'm aware. So I'm pretty
There's a
sure.
reason we have orders to keep you alive if you cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
I know they have similar outposts in other cities, not in Baldur's Gate, so it wouldn't make sense.
Alright. Do you guys have any other questions for this gentleman?
Wasn't this guy supposed to give us some information? Like, he was supposed to give the cultists information when they got here, right?
That's what I thought.
So, what was he supposed to tell them?
That's what I was trying to get out of him.
When he talked about not having any more information, he wasn't lying in that section, as far as I could tell.
What'd you roll? What?
16.
What? Yeah, I mean, like I said, he was maybe withholding information, but he wasn't like. There's a chance, like maybe he had like, you're supposed to get out of here in a few days. Like, you get the sense that he was telling the truth. Like, he doesn't have much to say. And he said orders usually come from before they get here. I believe that's what he said. And when he like says that, like, you get the sense that he's probably telling the truth. He might, like I said, he might be withholding like you're supposed to be out here in 3 days, or he did say sometimes he sent like missives, which specifically tell him like stuff to tell them, but otherwise.
All right. But I guess you can go back to answering Alba's question of give us more information about what we're doing next.
Get him, Elba.
Do you ask that of him, Gira?
Yeah. Well, what were you?
Abba did.
Oh.
What message were you
Okay.
supposed to be giving these people? That
Well, it depends who you are. Some cultists stay here for a while, you know, to avoid widespread, I believe, widespread information, to spread. It's not the right word. I can't think of the right word. I'm just gonna restart. To avoid letting their cultists know everything, I'm sure. The reason they keep a lot of them in the same area. I know a lot of them come here and I check a list, and they're supposed to stay here until I get further orders. Some of them head out north, and then I'm sure some of them stop north and don't know where they're going after that. So, it depends what your name is and what I've been told.
so what have you been told?
It depends what your name is. I might tell you to stay here, or I might tell you to go find a new wagon up in the Blackgate district and find your superior.
Let's say hypothetically my name is Resmir.
Resmir usually doesn't stop. I'm not sure where she goes, but she comes into Baldur's Gate. I briefly hear from her, and then she leaves. So, I'm sure she's usually one of the superiors. I would point them in the direction of. But she is likely heading north when they arrive here on the 1st.
How about you just make this easy and give us all of the instructions you would give whoever's on your list?
Well,
Or you could tell us exactly where you keep the instructions if you don't have them memorized.
they would be upstairs. But it usually, if you are just regular members of the cult, as you usually are if you're passing through my safe house, you are either told to wait here until you get further instructions. Sometimes they have further instructions already. What did that? Go out to a different city to do something else, or stay here and do something else in the city. Or I point you in the direction of some of the people who help them. I've been told help them get their goods through Baldur's Gate because wagons aren't allowed in. I'm not sure who, or not who. I'm not sure what's ever in those wagons, to be completely honest. But I know they take it, and they take it from here, and they bring it north, and they don't sell it. So I'm sure they're bringing it somewhere.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you, that sounds just gonna be. Didn't he just say that they get sent to talk to people about the goods they've got? So wouldn't that mean that they're selling them?
Sounds like
No.
it.
I
No?
believe they need to get it through the city
Oh.
without a wagon.
Oh.
I assume it's a lot of just carrying chests.
Yeah. That makes sense. any other instructions that you are given to different varying ranks of people?
No, not usually. If you are of higher rank, usually they know what they're doing. So, you know, I just work here.
Alright.
Well, we appreciate you finally giving us some answers. Out of character is this room have like a door on it or whatever?
You are you're standing in like the basement. There are stairs upstairs, and then there's a separate room. So like,
Okay.
yes, if you want to go
Okay.
into a separate room, you could.
Okay. I think that's it. I think that's everything that we needed.
Anybody else have any questions?
Pascal at the back shakes his head no.
All right.
Girl will walk up and hand him a ration, I guess.
You hand it to him, and he kind of like lifts up his bound wrists, like expectantly. Like, are you going to help me?
Nah.
Well, we just have his wrist bound. We don't have his like wrist bound to the rope on his legs or anything.
Oh
Correct.
yeah, but
He
he still can't get it off by himself.
Get what up? He just
Well,
doesn't need
he's
to.
holding the ration. He can just eat the ration from his hand. He doesn't need to be cut.
Yeah.
I mean, Gira just
Yeah.
look at him plainly, just like, I'm not cutting you out, pretty much.
and also like if he really wants to get out bad enough, he'll figure it out. That's how Galeen feels. He can stand, he can walk, he could probably find a something that will help
If
him.
he really wants to get out, he can take levels in Rogue, okay?
I'm sure there's something upstairs that would allow him to cut himself free.
I mean, arguably surviving an encounter with us would give him some experience.
Yeah.
True.
We are the
And then I'm
boss-
just
the bosses
gonna
now.
walk upstairs.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Gira's gonna gesture for everybody to. Well, he will have
Gesture to
Haskell.
everybody to fuck.
He'll have Haskell
Hey.
watch him and be like, once he's done with his food, you can gag him again. And then gesture for everybody else to go upstairs.
Pascal watches a man eat.
Unblinking.
Uncomfortably.
Just staring him down, not blinking.
Pascal starts to feel hungry.
I mean,
He
he is
is
an elf.
a half elf.
Half elf.
Yeah. It's just
Um,
number 2 on Haskell's list.
Yeah,
May or may not be some salivation.
His scales are just kind of like slowly just kind of on his neck, just kind of flaring up just a little bit.
But once we get upstairs, they're like, all right, we can handle this a number of different ways. We can come clean to him, say we're not part of the cultists, and I would suggest not telling them because that would mean that you are now a liability to them and they just kill you. We could continue with this cultist ruse that he thinks we're cultists and we are just testing the system. Which he may then relay that information to the cultists, like, hey, your goons were in here and they really roughed me up. I don't fucking appreciate it.
Yep.
Or we just kill him.
I mean,
Personally, I feel like the first option is the best option.
agreed. But there's always something in me that's just like vengeance.
And then I can relay this information to my organization and then be able to have them clear out any the system they have here, at least here in Baldur's Gate. And we can also now have the information that they have these kinds of systems in most of the major cities.
Yeah.
He honestly gave us a lot of information. So that's also another reason why I kind of want him to live, because he was incredibly helpful, and he isn't part of the cultists, so I don't see any reason to weed him out.
I'm gonna go look for that the list upstairs that he was talking about.
Cool.
You didn't actually tell us the thing we came here to find out, though.
Which is what we do next.
Where they're going.
Well, he
He said
north.
North,
He
yeah.
doesn't-
I mean,
don't
we
think he
already
knows-
knew north.
Yeah, it's possible he doesn't know specifically where north, which is why I think letting him in on the truth and letting him continue with his business, and then once they come through, see if he knows an exact location of where they're going.
Yep.
Yeah, good work.
Or
Then
at
we
least
kill him.
when they get here, and then we can just follow. Yeah.
Then we kill him. I mean,
We could definitely at some point just let the hot bottoms know that he's part of the organization, or he's doing deals with the organization, which is why he hasn't freed up his safe house for them.
and then they kill him.
Most-
All right. Deal.
I suppose we could also, once we know the cults start showing up, just ambush one of the smaller groups and find out what they know.
yeah, I would definitely say do it like north of the city gates,
Yeah.
so that way we don't have guards messing with us.
So, in that case, we probably have about nearly a 10-day before we have any real work to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
So we got 5 days until they get here, and it'll probably take them a few days to supply up, get the supplies through the city unnoticed, and then be on the north side with a new wagon.
Yep. Good idea. I think we got our work cut out for us.
We have time to prepare, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
My God. The hell? Pascal, you're a monster.
That has killed killing Aravax.
No,
that was the dog.
that's Haskell skinning the man's dog.
You put him out. You put the dog outside. Who knows what happened to it anymore?
Well, Gara went out and buried the dog.
Yeah,
So dog's gone.
dog gone.
I mean, how deep did you bury it? Because, you don't want animals crawling around there.
Well, that's the whole point.
Especially large talking lizards.
He had buried it deep enough, probably 5 or 6 feet down, as
Right.
to not have animals or anybody finding the dog body. Honestly,
Animals or party members finding the dog.
yeah.
Animals, party members. Is there really a lot of difference there?
It's not party members or animals. It's animals. There are party members.
Gosh. You guys don't need to talk about Galeen like that.
Everybody needs a pet fish, right?
Look,
Damn.
we have a robot, a lizard, a fish, a bat, and then an elf and a human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Albert is arguably a cyborg.
True. So Gara is the only normal person.
Normal literally
Normal.
becomes invisible in darkness. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's just because I hide really well.
Sure. I'm using
We
the
hide-
lack of lumens in the air to become invisible. Woo.
You just need me just fine when it's daylight, but as soon as it gets dark, I just fade into the shadows.
Fade.
Yep.
Fade.gif.
Also, I'm like one of the rarest type of elves, which means that I'm not really that normal. But in this party, I'm normal as fuck.
Comparatively speaking.
You
Yeah.
have a heartbeat. That's normal.
But, yeah, I guess we will go back down and.
And Galeen, you are going to try and find those notes.
Yeah, the notes of what he's gonna say to what peeps.
Cool. Give
If we did
me. Yeah.
Yeah, just assume we just had the list of names, and that was it.
Yeah, you did. Give me perception or investigation check as you do that.
I thought I found everything upstairs because I got a nat 20 on my perception check when I was upstairs looking for stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't find everything.
Apparently.
All right,
help.
people. Perception or investigation? Which one you want me to do?
I guess if Alva helps,
Perception.
then either she has advantage or Alva can.
Good
go, I
choice.
Nice.
That was a really good choice.
Can I use investigation to look around?
I'm useless, guess. Why do you keep me around?
You can use investigation to look around.
Hey, I'm just gonna do investigation now just to see. Ah, consistent.
Sick.
Yeah, Gira, you go back downstairs because this would happen a lot faster than them searching the upstairs again. You go back downstairs. Haskell is still watching him eat. This is the scene you find. Gira?
Oh, sorry, what?
Yeah, you head back downstairs.
Yeah.
While your companions search, as it will take longer to search than it would to just tell them something. You go back downstairs, you see Haskell, you see Aravex eating.
Just a long string of saliva slowly coming out of Haskell's mouth.
Jeez.
I would walk up to him, cross-legged, sit down in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, all right. So we weren't being 100% truthful. We are in fact chasing the dragon cultists. We have nothing to do with the organization other than trying to take it down, honestly. So we're gonna go ahead and let you go. Let you do your business. I would suggest not telling them that we were here, because you may hear rumblings of somebody infiltrating their camp and causing a lot of destruction. That was us. So they really hate us. And if you say that we ambushed you, got a bunch of information from you, and know their plans, they'll likely just kill you. So I would suggest not to do that, because we would like to utilize you more as an asset for us to help figure out what they're doing. Because if you don't know, the Dragon Cult's whole MO is to let dragons rule the world and kill everybody else, and hope that they themselves who worship the dragons are left alive. They have
Great.
gold, understand that, but I just wanted to give you the full picture, and any help that you give us, we will be able to reciprocate in getting you out of the game if necessary.
Great. I don't plan on telling them I told a bunch of people their secrets. So, that would probably go just as bad if you told them I told them a bunch of secrets. So,
Exactly. I don't plan on doing that. There's no reason to kill you. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So
I'm happy to hear it.
So yeah, we'll cut you free, and with that, he'll actually cut his bindings.
Mhm.
We'll be out of your hair soon. We're gonna go stay at our lodgings. And we'll be out of your hair.
Yep. All right. Well, it was great talking to you.
Likewise.
He says, bleeding.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna heal him.
Cool.
Oh. 6 points of health.
Right, you heal him 6 points up. He is no longer bloodied.
Oh, come on.
And gives you a smile. It's not a very pleasant smile, but it's a smile. And he says, "Well, thank you. I will go back to doing my business then, if that's all."
No.
No?
Yeah, you're good to go. I would ask if you do in fact know where they're headed, if you could give us a heads up. If you want to just leave a marking on the house when you're free to talk about where they're heading, we'll check in from time to time. Or if you need help in general, you can leave the mark. We'll just do your best bird. Draw that on like where you let the ravens out or something.
Yeah. I don't think most of the cultists know where they're going. So I'll try. I mean, I can if I hear something, maybe
Or
I'll.
like, if you know like the day that they're leaving, just give us a heads up and we'll just tail them from there.
Sure.
We appreciate your help.
Yeah. Great. You plan on staying here any longer?
Now we're gonna go ahead and head out.
Great. And you can tell he keeps like looking over at Haskell, who's sitting, watching.
Just sitting on a stool, like right in front of him, and just like drooling slightly.
Also, I'm gonna pull out 5 pouches, toss them to him. It'd be 25 gold pieces. Be like, sorry about the dog.
He looks he looks like he either didn't know or forgot you killed his dog.
Well,
Imagine forgetting watching a lizard rip out your dog's throat.
Yeah.
right in front of you.
There was a lot happening very fast. Pretty sure you knocked him out like a second after that happened. So
He just thought it was a dream.
He just erased the traumatic experience from his memory.
and then Gira's like, here's a traumatic experience. Time for you to remember.
It's like I cast Modify Memory, only it's worse.
God damn it.
Thanks. We'll maybe see each other again.
I hope so. Saying something like that just feels like a threat.
Yeah.
It's like a polite threat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just gives you another smile and like goes to stand up.
I dress cute.
I smile at him.
And with that, Garrett will turn to Haskell and Like, all right, let's get out of here.
Haskell like
Go ahead.
he like licks up his face and like then like looks away and turns away and like leaves the basement.
Nice.
As the two of you are heading back upstairs, Galeen and Elba, you look around, you don't find anything.
Of course. Alright, we tried. Whatever. Ain't that serious. And then I'll walk downstairs.
Yeah, you kind of like meet them as they're coming upstairs, and I'm sure Gira explains the situation or what they talked about. And I mean, yeah, where are the four of you headed next?
So let's head back to our stay. There's some clothes, and when I say clothes, I mean a lot of clothes waiting for us when we go back.
Alright.
Z felt the need to spend all his money on clothes, which is just kind of weird, but whatever, no judgment. So and maybe he'll be there by then.
Do we want to head into the city and check in on him, or? I mean, you did say he was a crazy man. I'm not sure if we want to just leave him there by himself.
Yeah.
If you'd like, I can go in because I can get in the city without paying.
Is the inn that we're staying at, is that like on the way to
It's north
our new
of
friend?
the gate. North of the North Gate is where we're staying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're staying up here.
Right.
Friend is down here.
Okay.
Literal opposite ends of the
Yep.
inner city.
Well, we might as well check in on our way back, I guess.
Alright, so we're all going to go into the city?
I mean, if we're
It's fine. I'm just double checking.
I would rather all of us go then.
Alright, sounds good.
I just mostly wanted to change,
Gotcha.
but I'll be fine.
I mean, I can make it look different. Wait, no, I can't. Check your disguise stuff.
No, I still have like I'm still holding onto the cloak that's like covering up some of my symbols.
I mean, we're not posing as the cultists anymore.
Yeah, I
so
know, but I
whatever.
just I stick out, so.
I mean, looks at the rest of the party. I think we all kind of stick out.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
If I'm honest, I'm surprised we're doing so well infiltrating the organization multiple times.
True.
Cool. The lot of you head out from the Fox Traveler safe house, heading into the city to go visit Bori and Z. And while we're here, how much longer are we thinking forever?
I'm good to keep going for a while.
I'm good to keep going forever.
Yeah, forever. Yeah.
First,
Okay, sorry.
personally, I do have like I think another 30 minutes in me.
Okay. 30 minutes.
So forever.
Okay. So forever.
I don't know if that's maybe too short for us to do the next bit or what.
We could probably wrap it up here.
If you want, we could, like, when we get to the house, wrap it up. Just so that we're real close to just being together.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So I have
yes.
a quick question. Because there was something I wanted to do this morning that I completely forgot to tell you about.
No
I
way.
should change one of my magic items.
Oh,
So it's out of
Perfect.
disguise.
yeah.
So that I can hide the fact that I'm wearing armor all the time now.
Nice.
Clever.
Cool.
So I'm going to make my clothes look like the. Actually, at this point, do they pat us down on the way through the gate?
No.
Like search you at all? Or is it just like a? Okay, yeah, she's gonna make her clothes look like the sort of stuff that the people in the church have gone to wear.
Cool. Yeah. Unlike some other churches, only like it seems like there are like some like priestly outfits, but a lot of them do just like go around and like clothes you can get oil on.
Yeah, it's like work clothes, yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
hmm.
okay, just normal looking clothes, but also clothes that might make her look like she's involved with the church that the city quite likes, just in
Yeah,
case that
for sure.
helps.
Yes. Yeah, cool. You can totally do that. And Eli, while you're at the church, it'll probably be like around the same time that most of the party is leaving the Fox Traveler Safe House, that Nicole will was at this point it's like 2 in the afternoon, 3. Nicole will probably finish up for the day. Once again, explaining he has other things he has to do. But I'm not sure. Eli doesn't know where the rest of the party is, but I'm not
He's
sure.
in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If when Nicole finishes up around the same time, if you have anything you would want to do.
We'd probably send a message to Eli, knowing that that's where he is, to meet us at this weird ass house, I guess, or at the Rose.
Okay. He should be able to manage that, I think. Can the spell actually reach him?
Well, no, I'm like send a courier to you
Oh, like a raven or
to
whatever.
deliver a message. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, he's literally in the same spot for probably like 8 to 10 hours, so
Yeah.
it'll get to him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And where did
how
you
much
want him to go? Sorry.
The crazy guy's house, I guess. Well, we'll give you a time frame about when we would be there. If you could
So
meet
the
us
Fox
there.
Traveler's house, unless you leave, in which case, the inn.
No, the crazy guy's house that Z is
This-
currently in.
This
Oh, the
new
guy with the
guy.
hat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or the Rose, depending on.
Okay.
We would request that you be here because we're going to be there at this time, kind of thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wrap it up, Eli.
And if you're unable to make it, then yes, just meet us at the Rose.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, he's going to be pretty much preoccupied for as long as Professor Black wants him there. So,
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Eli will not meet us at the house then. Unless we're there forever.
unless you're there for
Might
a
be.
minute, yeah.
We might be.
Cool then. Then yeah. Eventually you will finish up with Mr. Nicole Black. Which will probably be a little while after that message was delivered to you. But yeah, this feels like a good place to stop, as most of the party you are heading to this crazy man's house, as Galeen has called him. And Z, you are in the crazy man's house, wrapping string around pins on his board. And eventually he would have come back with a pile of books, and like put them down as you're working on the board. And he would say, I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I think I might know what's wrong with your magic. As we'll end the session there.
All right.
Ooh, this one.
Yay.
Yo.
Good job, team.
That is one hell of a cliffhanger to leave me on, Ollie. How dare you?
Yeah.
This is what Z sees right here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yep.
There's just this crazy
Mhm.
dude.
No, you don't understand. Z is the one doing that. He turns around. Oh,
He's in his element.
yep. Alright, I'm gonna pause the recording there, guys. So
Eh.
we can do the after session.
Bye,
thing.
YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace.